In His Shadow by Meniekeime. Chapter 3. A Fateful Christmas Party. Harry's point of view. Are you sure you're going to be okay alone? I can stay over Christmas, Harry. Neville asked worryingly while packing his trunk. I was sitting on my bed, dangling my feet. I'll be fine, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's staying here this year. I mumbled, playing with the hem of my shirt. Yes, but you're the only one in our room, Harry. Who's going to celebrate with you? And don't tell me your brother. He hasn't talked to you this year. Neville was still not pleased with my answer. I guess I needed to tell him the truth. You remember Draco? He kind of invited me to the Slytherin Christmas party. I told him, blushing. Neville turned around and hugged me quickly. That's great, Harry. And maybe you and him will become something more. Neville wiggled his eyebrows at me. I just sighed. I'm sure he's only doing it because he's nice. I don't think he's interested in me. You are wearing his sweater. He gives you kisses on the forehead and cuddles you. Do you really think that is nothing? He was right. There was something, and I was hoping that Draco wasn't doing it, just so he could anger my brother. Turns out, he and my brother were arch enemies, and I was standing in the crossfire. When is the party, Harry? Tonight. Most of the Slytherin are leaving tomorrow, so they're having the party on the 23rd. Tonight, up with you! We need to select out an outfit, and do your hair and your makeup! Neville screamed so loud, I was sure the dorm next to us heard him. He threw open my trunk and gave me a shirt after shirt, and then he threw most of them back, leaving a red one in my arms. And then he gave me some skinny jeans to wear. And my boots. He pushed me down on the seat, and I wasn't allowed to move for the next hour or so. I was a hopeless case regarding my outfits and my hair, so I let Neville do his magic and relaxed a bit. So, Harry, I'm finished, and I have to leave, but, Bunny, don't forget to put a sweater on. And don't give me that look. You know it'll be great. Snape's point of view. I was putting the last few things up for the Christmas party. I'd always hated Dumbledore's idea of, let's do everything together, but make sure that the Slytherin only get the shitty stuff. So I'd always made a party exclusively for my house, making sure that my snakes felt safe and comfortable. Professor! I heard one of my students while I was putting down the cookies. Yes, Draco. What happened? Don't tell me someone broke the star again. I warned the young alpha. Of course not, Professor. I just wanted to inform you that I invited Master Potter to the party. I'm aware that he is my responsibility, and that I will take consequences if anything happens. Not that. I hated the Potter family with passion, especially their son. And now the brat had to invite him. Not only did he look exactly like his damn father, but he'd also been a bully, and the whole school loved him. Ugh, Saint Potter. I want you always near him. You won't leave him alone, and if he makes anyone uncomfortable, he will leave. Are we clear? Draco nodded quickly and left for his dorm room. The first students started coming down for the gathering, just when I had set up the banquet. We started to get a nice game of Secret Santa every year, but I wasn't able to spot a certain Gryffindor nor Draco. I only had to free 2 omegas from under the mistletoe, and somehow the snow smell had gotten out of control, ending in a snow fight. Some students had baked cookies, or had found small groups telling younger students stories. I sometimes stumble upon a certain blonde, but without his companion, making me worry that Potter was up to something. The boy only meant trouble. Around 10, I sent the students under 15 to their rooms, leaving only the older ones. Sadly, that always brought me problems. Jackson, I can see you. I can close my eyes when you're drinking some punch, but don't give any to Leslie. Or any Omega for that matter, you idiot. You know what could happen? Jackson stood in front of me, eyes down. Yes, sir. The Omega's body system reacts badly to any form of alcohol. It can cause fatigue, vomiting, seizures, and when the Omega is at the beginning of their heat, it can even cause sterilization and death. I am deeply sorry, sir. I must have switched my brain off, and I will be scrubbing the cauldrons for the next 2 weeks for my mistakes. He apologized, and I let him go. He understood what he did was wrong, and already accepted his punishment. In my experience, Hogwarts teachers were much too lenient with alphas, letting them get away with almost everything. Everyone must be taught limits. And if not now, when else? When we don't teach our children boundaries, how should they understand them later? We need to give them reasons for their rules, but also enforce them. While we are talking about rules, Rick, don't climb the Christmas tree, would you? Lucas, help him down, and then get off to bed with all of you. It's already 11, and you have to wake up tomorrow morning. Some no's were heard, but they all followed my orders and left before going to bed. Draco came to me again. Professor, Mr. Potter left you a present. He was too shy to bring it to you himself, so he asked me to give it to you. And with that he left, leaving me with a little box. I wouldn't open it until I knew what it was. Everything that came from a Potter had to be bad somehow. Now it was time to clean up. I started to put away wrapping paper, packing together and foods, and making small travel boxes with the leftovers for my snakes, and vanishing the snow. Everything was going great until I noticed a little figure with a broom in his hand cleaning the floor. Hey, little one, you should be to bed by now. You know that. I tried approaching him, but instead of excusing himself and leaving, he turned around, and when he saw me, he pushed his knees against his chest, trying to hide himself in his too big sweater. I tried to come near him slowly, and soon I could smell that he was an Omega, but he wasn't a Slytherin, even though he smelled as if Draco had rubbed himself all over him. When I got near enough, I heard him whisper, I'm really sorry, Professor. I know we Omegas are meant not to be seen. I'm sorry I disturbed you. I really didn't want to bother you. The boy went on, but I shushed him. What are you talking about, little one? Come here. I won't hurt you. I was able to pull the crying boy to me. Do you want me to call Draco? I had figured he must be comfortable with him because of the smell. But please, no. I don't want him thinking I'm ungrateful. He brought me to the great Christmas party, and how do I repay him by crying and disturbing this head of house? I know nobody wants me. And that was enough. Even wasn't my snake, he was still my student. Stop that, please. Just tell me your name and I will help you, yes? I'm Harry Potter. Please don't tell my parents or Draco or anyone. End of chapter 3.